Well, all right, guys. Like I said, some thoughts coming across my mind about three guys that are going to be key pieces to the Atlanta's future, Atlanta Hawks' future, and just what they want to do this season. And of course, they want to make it to the playoffs. They want to get further, saying just reach different plateaus, reach different heights, and get out of the play-in, the AKA the Atlanta Hawks Invitational. So in order to do that, we got to have these three guys contributing. And it starts with number one, who may be one of the key pieces out of all of these three, Jaylen Johnson. Now, we're talking about a guy who, before he went down with a labrum injury, had to have surgery, of course. Before he went down, we're talking about a transition monster. We're talking about a guy that averaged 19 points and 10 rebounds before he went down. The air was just sucked out of Atlanta's, let's say, their playoff chances, their playoff hopes. It diminished a lot when Jaylen Johnson went down. A lot of people felt like when Atlanta lost Jaylen Johnson, everything, again, like I said, the air going out of the room, and everyone was just like, okay, playoff chances is really slim now. Now, the Hawks tried to make moves, of course, to help that, some trading for Terrence Mann, trading for George Niang, and bringing over also Karis LeVert as well in those trades. But at the same time, unfortunately, we fell short. Jaylen Johnson, him being in transition, of course, like I said, transition monster. Him and Trae Young play well together, pick and roll, off ball, regardless. Jaylen Johnson, he gets downhill. Watch out. Get out of the way, you might get dunked on. Of course, we all want him to improve with his shooting. I feel like he's taking steps. He's taking steps forward, and that's credit to Kyle Korver and everyone in the coaching staff just working with these guys, getting their shot better. But Jaylen Johnson also can switch on defense. He can help guard the one through the four, depending on who those guys are. He can help lock up the wings on defense, and that really helps the bigs. And also, of course, it's going to help Trae Young, who cannot grow. He's not going to get any taller, and he's not going to get any bigger. He's not going to be looking like Eric Bledsoe out there or somebody. So that's going to help on defense. Also, you got to think about him being a secondary playmaker because he is that point forward, that guy that can bring the ball up the floor. And with his size, athleticism, sometimes you'll see JJ jump in the air and make a pass because he's seeing the defense, of course, way better than Trae would be able to see it height wise and athleticism. And you have that guy as a secondary playmaker. You would love to see that continue when he comes back. Now, as far as like paint touches, I feel like JJ, he really could benefit off of a back to the basket game. I expressed that to a friend of mine. I'm expressing it to more friends, Hawks fans, so like you guys. I feel like if he was to add that consistently, he could be able to, especially with his ability to be able to pass. I think he could pass out of the double teams if they try to collapse on him. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that. Also, again, this guy, he's young, so he fits the timeline. He's scheduled to necessarily be the number two. He was carved out as the number two last season before he went down. Will he be able to come back in and be healthy for the entire season, or at least about 70 games or more, so the Atlanta Hawks can really just capitalize off the potential of what Jaylen Johnson really could be? I'm excited about Jaylen Johnson because of what, like I said, exactly what he could be. The potential is through the roof. It's just, of course, we have to act on it. We have to maximize on it. This guy right here, he stays healthy. The Atlanta Hawks last season, I believe, make the playoffs. So if he can stay healthy with the new additions of Luke Kennard, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and this guy right here, Kristaps Porzingis, I believe that Jaylen Johnson and the Atlanta Hawks can fly and soar. And speaking of Kristaps Porzingis, let's get into him, shall we? This guy, I understand he has been missing games. He was down with an illness last year. He only played 42 games, but it's still also quick nugget. That was also a career low, his lowest in the last four seasons as far as him playing games. He's averaged less than 54 games per year. So it's almost like a guaranteed conclusion that Porzingis is going to miss games, anywhere from the 20 to 30 range, possibly more. It all depends. This season, we need him to stay healthy as possible. I need at least about 60 games from you, Christos. Like Porzingis, I believe in your ability. I back then he seen for those who seen his interview on Atlanta Hawks YouTube, he was stating about how KD gave him the name the Unicorn, and with his ability, he does have that ability of elite floor spacing, something that Quin Snyder loves and hopefully will be able to utilize at the best of his ability. And he forces other bigs to lead the paint, which is going to create opportunities for that downhill thumper like Jaylen Johnson, for that pick and roll bandit Trae Young, and be able to get guys who slash to the rim like Zaccharie Risacher and Dyson Daniels. Also, interior defense, rim protection. We need rim protection. He's not necessarily the best shot blocker in the world, but if you can alter a shot, if you can actually get a block, make the offensive players think about what they have to do and think about you when they're driving in the lanes and trying to create. That's what you want to do. You just want to be a deterrence, a big old deterrence. And he can do that along with helping Onyeka Okongwu as well. If they wanted to run both of those guys on the floor, you still will have two guys who possibly can still space the floor. So it's not necessarily about you crowding the paint. Pick and pop threat. You think about him and Trae on the pick and roll, he can step out, catch the pick and pop. He can shoot from anywhere on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Being kind of like that Gallo that when we had Gallo, but better because he's more athletically and offensively gifted than what Danilo Gallinari was. And that's respectfully because Gallo was a baller. So that's another thing with being said. Again, we just need this guy to stay healthy. This is the best team that Trae Young has had assembled around him. And in order for him to be able to maximize, in order for Quin Snyder, who we need to maximize, and also, you know what I'm saying, for other guys around him that we've brought in to maximize, this guy has to be a mismatch. This guy has to be a weapon that the Atlanta Hawks can use thoroughly so they can continue to soar to heights that they've never been, at least in a few years. Next guy, Kobe Buffkin. I know. Hold on. Don't y'all jump on me, Hawks fans. Don't y'all jump on me. I got to hold the Hawks fans back because some of them are really not buying into Kobe Buffkin. And I'm not here to try to change people's minds. I'm just here to necessarily like just give the facts of what's going on. Some people don't see Kobe Buffkin as important. Some people see Kobe Buffkin as one of the most expendable pieces on the Atlanta Hawks right now. But he's really expected to fill a significant role for us, guys. He's going to get those point guard minutes, those non-Trae Young minutes. He's expected to step up and be able to step into that role and be able to dominate efficiently. He's yet to stay healthy. This is his third season, and he's going to be on the Summer League roster because he's still essentially a rookie. He's only played 27 games. So that's not a lot for a guy. That's not a lot for the development. We've seen guys, you know, in College Park play way more games than that, get way more development. Kobe Buffkin hasn't been able to do that because he's been out for the season for whatever reason. So now you look at this. I feel like more so than anybody, I know Jaylen Johnson is definitely a guy that is on the I don't want to say hot seat. I want to say Jaylen Johnson is on magnified glass watch. Same thing with Kobe Buffkin. You got to put the magnifying glass on it. This right here is make it or break it, guys. All I'm saying, I want all these guys to succeed, especially the guys that grew up right here in Atlanta. What I mean by that is we drafted them. So Kobe Buffkin, Jaylen Johnson, I really am pulling for those two guys because we drafted those guys. I want to see what they can do because I do see the upside in both players on what they possibly can be when healthy. Kristaps Porzingis, championship pedigree. He's been a champion. He's a mismatch. He's the unicorn, as KD dubbed him. And I want these three guys to be able to stay healthy so we can fully get the what we all see as for potential, because potential is just that, especially when you're not available on the court for a significant amount of time, significant amount of games. It's going to hurt your offense, it's going to hurt your team. So for me, these three guys are just guys that we have to have it from this season. And a bonus. I got a bonus for you Hawks fans. This guy right here who's looking like who's looking like Trae Reaper and everything, but Trae Young, man, he has to continue to mature, continue to be the leader, continue to be efficient, and he has to be a little bit more vocal. He has gotten better at that, but I believe he has to continue that because Trae, this is your team. I would love to see this extension get done with Trae Young as well too. Not sure what the numbers are going to be, not necessarily caring. I just at the end of the day, I want to do what's best for the team, and I believe that having Trae Young on the team is one of the things that are best for the team, necessarily, as long as it makes sense for the team. If it doesn't make sense for the team, I can't say anything about that because it is, it's all about the logo. But personally, I would want Trae Young on this team because I believe that he is the head of the snake, and I believe that he can actually average about 15 assists this year with the new additions. We've gotten shooting, we've gotten a little bit better on defense. We do have to get development, major development from our young guys like the Mo G's. I put Vit Krejci in that as well because he did start playing better towards the end of the year. Build on that. Mo G wasn't supposed to play, but he did. Build on that. Zaccharie Risacher, only guy that had multiple 30-point games, had a second half of the season surgence. Build on that. Dyson Daniels, come on now, most improved player. Yeah, still build on that. So it's like we have these young guys. We have Trae Young here that is also going to be continuously encouraging these guys, leading these guys. If he can continue to become more of a leader and more of a complete player all the way around, I believe the Atlanta Hawks can go somewhere, y'all. Also, Trae has to stay healthy as well. That's mostly why I put him in this video as well, because he did have a few little nicks and knickknacks, but at the end of the day, he's mostly a durable kind of a guy. Just want to see him continuously be durable. Want to see him continuously be out there because he gives us our best chance to win right now. So, guys, that's all I really have for you guys. It's just, again, some thoughts that was crossing my mind, and I had to get them off. And I believe that if these things can happen, if the execution can be crisp, and it's not going to be perfect every night, but you want to build some kind of consistency. So if you can do that, and if you can stay healthy, if these three guys can stay healthy, four guys technically can stay healthy, and everybody works as the old cliche says, one band, one style. Hey, I believe the Atlanta Hawks can go somewhere. So until next time, guys, peace and blessings to you all, and to you all, I will holler.